Hi, you're listening to Two Dumb Babies, an animated current events podcast by two comedians who only read headlines. This week, Two Dumb Babies talk about protesting a disease. Hell no, we won't believe in science or math or history. You know what? I wasn't even a big fan of PE. School was stupid. Now open back up so I can send my kid there. You can't protest a plague.
People are like, boo, no more plague, I'm sick of it.
We as Americans have a right to protest.
That's not how disease or protesting works.
All these damn libtards supporting the plague.
If you could protest a plague and make it go away, the AIDS March guy would be a billionaire.
Yeah, like you just gotta walk and then the virus gets intimidated and it leaves.
See, that's the guy that cured AIDS by walking around New York.
He did it. He walked 70,000 miles.
He walked a long time and AIDS is like, fine, I'll get out of here.
We didn't think you were gonna walk.
You think like there's scientists who are like, how come this research isn't going very well? Well, it's because nobody's marching. They just stopped marching, and our tools stopped working.
Yeah, it's like Santa Claus with believing. They just stopped marching. No one believes in a cure anymore.
Stopped marching, and now my microscopes don't work. Microscopes are powered by love, just like Santa's sleigh.
They're powered by steps, like a Fitbit.
Yeah, it's more like a Fitbit than love. People don't even know where to protest. There are like hospitals, libraries, and state capitol buildings.
We don't like how somebody is handling this.
They have the same list of locations as the Joker in The Dark Knight.
Why are you protesting the hospitals and not the bank that's actively screwing you?
You're protesting people that are helping.
These people are seeing the hospital packed on the news and are like, well, I mean, that place is open. Why isn't the hair salon?
Look, so all these people are hanging out in there.
There's way more than 10 people hanging out in there.
Yeah, I don't see those doctors 6 feet apart. That's the bullshit.
People are coughing on each other and everything.
How come that guy can cough and I can't?
I just want to be able to cough in public again. That's what I'm angry about.
Look at that sweet tube running down his neck. How come I don't get a tube?
It's feeding him? That's so cool.
So that guy didn't have to chew? Lucky.
I've been having to cook all my own meals.
I've had to chew my own food and swallow it like a sucker my whole life.
I think what I want is a mother bird.
Or a stage 4 disease.
I saw a sign in the middle of one of these anti-quarantine protests that said, Trump, ban homo marriage.
Everyone's like, no quarantine. And some dude's like, also, fuck the gays. Don't like them.
There had to be a few people who were like, hey, I'm only here to protest the quarantine. I'm not sure if I agree with your sign.
Sorry, it was the sign I had from the last time. Didn't have time to make a new one.
There's another guy behind him with a sign that's like, keep our schools white.
It's been a really long time since I've come out to one of these, but really glad to see the people keeping the movement alive.
Everyone wants to get back to normal life.
And for these people, normal life is getting together and yelling at nothing about things that aren't real.
They aren't protesting for things to get back to normal. They have gone back to normal.
Now they just have a lot more free time that they can spend protesting their free time, because free time isn't free.
They're like, I want to earn my free time.
Hey, my dad died for your free time.
How can I be working for the weekend if there's no work?
Yeah, or weekend. What the hell's the point?
Yeah, what are we even doing anything for anymore?
I haven't had to think, what the hell's the point since I was 15, and I refuse to do it when I'm 45.
I always thought I wanted to get drunk every day, but it turns out I wanted to just get drunk on the weekend and be miserable the other 5 days a week.
Being miserable is the part that makes being happy good. I'm like a Buddhist now, and I hate it.
I have like all these thoughts that are...
So pleasure is only good with pain? I hate this.
I'm actually protesting having to be alone with my thoughts.
What other beliefs that I hate are true?
All these pro-life people are suddenly down to kill thousands in order to go work at Denny's again.
Don't close my coffin. Grand slam it.
Maybe they want to die?
They're like, well, we got to make room for all those babies we aren't aborting somehow.
What's more patriotic than dying pointlessly for someone else's gain?
Sending people to war for your gain.
Yeah. Warmongering.
Yeah.
Dr. Oz said he's okay if opening back up schools causes 2 to 3% of all children to die.
Dr. Oz with the classic, I'm not a kid, so who cares argument.
When are we going to realize that when a celebrity calls themselves a doctor, it means they're a record producer?
And I only trust record producers about what's in this contract I'm about to sign. All my songs? Sounds good to me.
I've always wanted to be on a label.
Nobody wants to go back to work. The sign should say, stop making me hang out with my kid.
Yeah, how about you hang out with my kid?
What's more American than retiring early?
Ignoring your kids.
Why do we never protest for anything that's in our own interest?
We're like, the government and billionaire class sucks. Now let us get back to making you rich.
This isn't a left versus right thing, but it's being turned into one.
Both are calling each other Nazis.
It's just nice to all finally agree that Nazis are bad.
That took a lot longer than it should have.
Well, sometimes, actually...
No, you already said they were bad. No takebacks.
Going back on your word that Nazis are bad is actually, that's the most American thing.
That's
Literally killing the Nazis and then being like, Nazis are pretty good.
Yeah, being on the fence about Nazis is a very American pastime. Baseball, apple pie, and are Nazis really that bad, though? I mean...
Baseball, apple pie. My grandpa was actually a Nazi, and he wasn't such a bad guy.
And he gave me $15 once.
You know, when my family came from Germany, they promised. Yeah, it's like, when did your family come to Germany? You know, was it like 1941 or like 1946? Because that's really important. 41, you're like, yeah, okay, you're running from something. And 46, you were chasing something.
Yeah, you were also kind of running from something, but
Yeah, you were running from being on the wrong side of history. No, I'm American. Shut the hell up. I have always been American, yes. Yeah.
Jews? How do I feel about the Jews?
Oh, love them. Love them. Yeah, the Jews, very kindling, kind people.
They're a very kindling people. I mean, kind people.
Very kind.
Like, did you say they're good for burning?
Kindle?
No, I meant the good thing.
Some people are actually starting to blame the Jews, which was bound to happen eventually.
Every crisis is a Jew hate time bomb.
If they start blaming the Jews seriously again, you're going to have a lot of Jewish people with signs that say, remember the no homo marriage thing? Come on!
We're on the same side here. No homo marriage.
Yeah, I also don't like homo marriage. Sure. What else don't you like? Guns? I like guns. A Trump advisor called the protesters modern-day Rosa Parks.
Which is true. If instead of refusing to give up her seat, Rosa Parks threw herself under a moving bus, flipping the bus, killing everyone inside, and then said something about gun rights for some reason. People are protesting and still wearing masks.
No, I don't believe in the virus. The mask just really brings out my eyes.
My face was just cold.
I actually got a really nasty scar that I like to cover up. Got it at the last gun protest, accidentally shooting myself in the mouth.
I'm honestly not even sure why I'm wearing one of these things. I just like to be included.
There's even protests at the beach.
This is the least chill thing that's happened at the beach, maybe ever.
If your protest is about going to the beach, there's probably something more important to be protesting.
This is so not NAR.
Stay inside. I'm trying to get in a shack, bro.
Even the people protesting not being able to get their hair cut have more to stand on than you.
Yeah, we gotta stay 6 feet apart, dude. Otherwise, you're gonna cut me off, bro.
Yeah, bro. You gotta stay on your side of the wave.
Social distancing? Does that mean no more party barrels?
Who's gonna hold my legs for these keg stands?
I saw a clip of a lady yelling at a doctor, how come you have a job and I don't? Because there's an epidemic, that's why.
If there were thousands of people that desperately needed perfume sprayed in their face every time they walked into a department store, I'm sure we'd call you.
Remember the whole essential, not essential thing? This is what we were talking about.
Yeah, you land on the non-essential side.
You land on the essential oils side. It turns out essential oils not very essential. You only ever hear about protests that were successful or the counter-protests that fought them.
There have been loads of stupid protests like this one over the years that history will forget about.
People being like, no more public bus, or keep our skyscrapers Asian.
None of these people will be remembered as anything but victims of the plague.
Some of the protests worked.
A few states are lifting the stay-at-home order, despite every ounce of evidence being against it.
In Georgia, the governor was actually out there protesting with them. He was like, let us out.
You're the governor. You can just lift the order.
Holy crap. I can? I thought that was the mayor's job.
No, he's more in charge of, like, towns and cities. You're in charge of the whole state.
Whoa, like the president?
No, not like the president.
Dang. All right, well, everyone come outside. By order of the super mayor of Georgia.
Yeah, close enough. At least he knows what he's in charge of now.
I'm the mayor of mayors.
Everyone come out here. Cough with me on everyone else.
Well, hey, if you're going to go protest, make sure to bring your kids so your offspring don't grow up either. And so we can kind of get done this whole line of people forever.
Yeah, if you could just chop down your own family tree.
Help us all out. Eliminate your DNA from the human biome and...
and then progress will happen.
See you guys next week.
Bye. Thank you guys for listening. You can follow the show at Two Dumb Babies on all social media. You can follow Eric at Eric J. Freedman and Willie at William F. Salmon. Please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel where we drop the animated episodes, behind the scenes, and additional content. New episodes drop every Monday. Please subscribe, rate, and leave a comment on the podcast. We'll see you all on another episode of Two Dumb Babies. Bye-bye, dummies.